Well, it's too chilly just yet to go for my long run. So we're going to hang out together for a little bit. Will you hang out with me while we wait for it to get above 40 degrees? Uh, I know that's kind of an arbitrary point, but I need it to be. I need it to be over 40 when I go for a long run now. Um, I just I don't it's a mental block of some kind, but I mean I don't think it's unreasonable, right? And I live, in the south-ish in the US. Um so, it's going to get up to 60 today. So, and right now it's 30, what is it? 35. Uh, um and I just want it to be a little bit warmer, right? I'm going to run for 2.5 hours or whatever it's going to be. And I don't want to be frozen. Um, I don't know, whatever. But that's my story. I'm sticking with it, and so you got me. I'm here in the car at the trailhead of the American Tobacco Trail, getting ready to go run uh, a full 13.1 miles today. Um, Only because last week I was able to run 12, and I've got this silly thing where I need to run farther this long run over last long run. And the easy way to do that is to add a mile, right? and But if you're going to run 13 miles, really, you've got to run the extra point one to do it. So it's a complete half marathon. And I mean, you just got to, right? I mean, what? You can't be that close. So we'll see how it goes. That's my plan. My plan is to run out to 7.5 miles out and come back till I get to the half marathon distance, and then do a little bit of walking back. So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. But right now it's too cold. Just too cold. And the sun is going to come out, so it's going to be better, like 41 and sunny with no wind. I'll take it any day for a long run. But yeah, you know what? It's Sunday, January 29th, 2023. And as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. All right, so what are we going to talk about while I'm waiting for it to warm up? I hadn't planned this out. I talked about I've been doing these check boxes, right? Weekly things, monthly things, daily things. And one of the weekly things is podcast work. And it's now Sunday, at the end of the week, based on how I start my week on Mondays, but whatever. And I haven't done, I've done a little bit. I organized what I think hopefully I will get in touch with my friend of the show, Paula, who's offered to come on the show and have a chit chat. So we're supposed to do that. We don't have it really nailed down for today, but I could weasel out and say, oh, well, I did some podcast work, right? Like I chatted back and forth. I set up this Skype date with a woman who I don't know. And full disclosure, I told Nora that I had a Skype date. That's just a funny way to put it. Whatever, right? But I don't want to do that, right? I think I want to put another episode out, right? So will this be 4 this calendar year already? Wow. I think that's right. So we're not concerned about quality just yet. A little bit, but so yeah, I talked last week about how I had a rough week, and things have improved a bit on that front. this week it was my turn to travel for work, so I was away Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I did more eating of pizza than I really needed to. But I still ran, I still walked, I still lifted weights, I still like brushed my teeth, I still stretched, I still did the things, which I'm going to credit to the app that I use, the little checkbox, right? Like, well, okay, I should do it, right? I mean, I look at it and it says, hey, you're on like a 28-day streak for this. I was like, well, okay, well, I might as well maintain that, right? So I did those things. Emotionally, I was a little bit better. But when I travel, I tend to, I was training new folks this week. So I had a guy I was training Tuesday and Wednesday, and then a young woman I was training Thursday and Friday. And basically, even when if I'm just helping out, my MO basically is like leave in the morning, do the work, have gym clothes with me and do that. And then, get back to the hotel room as soon as possible. And just do nothing. Watch Big Bang Theory, watch The Office, do nothing really. And it's winter time now, so it's a little chillier. So like I get in the room and I turn the heat up, so I warm up. And then when I go to sleep, I turn the air conditioner on because I like it to be cool when I sleep. But I cocoon in the hotel room, right? Like, and this is part of why. One of the reasons why like pizza is my go-to, because I can have it delivered relatively easily. I know there's like Uber Eats and all those other things, and I should probably look into that for maybe some healthier options now and then. But pizza's just easy, and I just want to cocoon, right? I want to be in the room, have it cozy, have something familiar. Familiar on. Why am I having trouble with that word? Something comforting on, let's say that, on the TV. So there's, my TV friends, as it were, characters that I know, stories that I know, and they're just kind of like going in the background while I'm, maybe doing my Wordle or some other word game that I try to accomplish every day. And then like, great, I'll take my medication and go to sleep early and, start over again tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but so yeah, I mean, so this week was better than the week before, and so good. I appreciate some of you. No, I appreciate all of you who reached out and expressed concern or support in my having a rough week. But they come and go, right? I mean, we everybody has up and down weeks. So yeah, so we're better today than yesterday, and yeah, so there's that. So last night, Nora's company, their local office here, had their annual, or are we calling it a winter party now? And it was at this kind of restaurant, tavern thing that basically looks like a converted, Nora used the word mansion. I wouldn't say mansion, but, a converted very large southern home. So there's, different rooms and stairs and hallways and stuff. It's not, it doesn't look like a restaurant. It really kind of uppity. I look at the menu online with my youngest. because I told her I was going. And she said, "Well, did you look at the menu?" Because she understands. So we both share a a bit of finickiness when it comes to the food that we want to eat. Right? We can always find something, but it's a source of consternation sometimes for both of us going to a new place. And I was looking, and I mean, it's just like the names of the dishes, the entrees have words in them that I don't know what they mean, and that's never a good sign for somebody who has a pretty plain taste palette. Um, but yeah, so we went. The bigger part of it was going to be that, hey, we're going to be at this party with like 60 people whom I don't really know. And I wasn't looking forward to it. And I'd actually had a headache for the past few days. And I was like, there was a moment when I thought, well, can I, maybe, in the next hour, this headache will turn into something a little more serious where I can say, like I want to beg out of the going. And I was like, it crossed my mind. And I was like, no, what you jackass. Like, don't do that. Right. I mean, it's part of, I tell my girls that they both, my youngest two, know that this isn't an event that I want to be part of. But as I tell them, it's part of our deal, Nora and I, as a married couple, that I've signed up to participate in some of these things. So I'm just gonna do it, right? And what I decided was that I would play the role of a stereotypical traditional Japanese wife very well in these situations. Like, I just stand by dutifully. I speak only when spoken to. I look for opportunities to make things easier for Nora during the situation. Like, hey, let me get you some cream for your coffee, or hey, whatever. There's something going on over here. Oh, hey, this person's trying to get hold of you, or hey, let me take your coat and get it checked for you. Let me, whatever things, right? And like I would, I would play that role pretty well in these situations, because it's basically what I was, right? I mean, I offered up some answers to questions every now and then, but I didn't engage in conversation with folks. I just did a lot of listening and standing or sitting by Nora, and she did a fair amount of talking. Right, she's one of the, she's a HR business partner, so she's one of the leaders at this office. So it's incumbent upon her to be accessible and do talking and allow others to talk and whatever. But yeah, but we got through it. It was 4 hours of decided uncomfortableness, but we got through it. We won some prizes, so that was fun. They had trivia, like random trivias, and then there was like gift basket raffles. And so like the first, there was a trivia question that Nora answered. It was like, first hand up answer. And so she shot her hand up. And what was her question? Oh, like who are the spokespersons for Rice Krispies, right? So at least here in the U.S., everybody probably knows it's Snap, Crackle, and Pop, especially anybody of a certain age. And so she won that, and she got a gift card, and like, and the other questions that there were were pretty simple, right? Like, what's the name of the donkey in Shrek, which is Donkey, like that's his name. um, and so, I'm like, I could raise my hand for these things, but that's not what the dutiful, stereotypical, traditional Japanese wife does, right? Like, I fed her answers for some things, but whatever. And then the last question was, who played the character Fezzik in The Princess Bride? And my hand just shot up, like I whoop, and oh hey, first, okay, he got it. And it's Andre the Giant if you're a Princess Bride fan, right? But it was just a simple thing. I actually have a Fezzik shirt that my 18-year-old got me. So I got it, and I want an iPad. Like, oh, hey, great, this is but and right away Nora and I are feeling a little guilty. Like, okay, we're a couple, and we just won 2 of the 5 trivia question prizes, right? Like, and then they do the raffles, and the very first raffle basket Nora wins. And we're like, oh my God, this is like, it's an embarrassment of riches and fortune. And Nora walked up and she's like, hey, look, just draw another name. Like, we've done our share of winning. And so they did that. They pulled another name and it went on. And so great. That was very thoughtful and social contractually correct in my book. But yeah, so it's funny because I was talking with my 18-year-old, and she was surprised at how much Apple gear I have now, because I've long been an Android guy, and she just had said, Friday, are you going to get an iPad now? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And then lo and behold, 24 hours later, I win an iPad. And actually, just before that, Nora had said, well, I would like, hopefully I win the iPad. So I was like, okay, so we swapped gifts. I got her Amazon gift card, or prizes. I got her gift card, and she got my iPad. And I got to tell you, folks, I came up short in the deal. She got a nice iPad, and I got a $50 Amazon gift card. I was hoping for a little bit more than that, but whatever. I mean, it's free, right? So I'm in jest. I'm saying these things, but yeah. So I mean, we did it. Nora seemed to have a good time. I was not terribly miserable. Just quite uncomfortable throughout the evening. But I did get a nice picture of the bathroom for my Instagram account, where I post pictures of bathrooms. So that's fun. And yeah, so we did the thing. And it was all right. We got through it. And I don't have to do such a thing for at least another 6 months. So yay me. I wanted to bring up something that I heard my friend Claire talk about on her podcast, Exercising Depression. And it was interesting, and I was hoping to get some feedback from some of you all on this. She ponders, she posits the question or the theory that somehow, like, emotionally and maybe to some extent mentally, not intellectually, but all these kind of I guess they're subjective things, right? Markers of personality of a person. Like, maybe she is in many of these areas, she is frozen in time, or maybe I don't like using the word, but it fits, like retarded to this time, this age of when she experienced trauma. and she poses all this in the idea of like, should I grow up? Like she looks at herself and she thinks, wow, I'm still like, in a lot of ways, I'm still, late teenager Claire. And is that because like a lot of these subjective things were kind of frozen in time around that trauma? And I found that very interesting. And I was just wondering, I want to get more ears, more ideas, more thoughts on this, because I'd like to have a conversation with her about it. And so let me know what you think about that. I'm not a good source because I don't. Well, it's very possible I have some kind of trauma in my earlier days. I can't recall anything, and I certainly I've had these thoughts and I've expressed them here, that I don't think of myself as a 50-year-old man, right? So maybe there's something in there, but I doubt it for me specifically. But for others, I mean, any of you who have who can relate to this, the experience of trauma and maybe the stagnation of like your emotional age, your self perception age, things like that. I think it's very interesting, and I would like more information on this. So please help me out. Help me help Claire. That would be fantastic. What else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's it for now. I now see that it's unfortunately it's clouding up, the opposite of what I thought was happening. But we're at 41 degrees now. So it's time. It's time to go run. Be a pretend runner. Yeah. So, hey, thanks for listening. Once again, you're a superhero if you made it through all my ramblings and misspeaks and things like that. I appreciate the time that you spent with me. I appreciate you if you're subscribed and you just get the podcasts automatically. If you're new, hey, send me a message, jamolki@gmail.com, facebook.com/jamolki. That's JAMOALKI. You can text me 248-648-1419. In the U.S., +1 248-648-1419. All over. All over. That's not what I meant to say. On WhatsApp. And just reach out. Say, hey, let me know if there's something you want to hear me talk about. Let me know if you're a longtime listener and you want me to revisit something, like back in the very dark days, I said something and you're like, I wonder how he's doing with X. I would love that. That'd be fun. Yeah, so just thank you, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I hope today is a little bit better than yesterday for you. I hope, if it's not, I hope tomorrow is. And, we'll keep putting, hopefully we can keep putting one foot in front of the other, one breath at a time, one shower at a time, and just keep moving forward, hopefully. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Be safe and be well.